National Population Commission Nasir Isakwara says Nigeria is innovating policies to promote inclusive education that caters for the needs of its large population.
As part of our commitment to the principle of leaving no one behind, under the SDG 4, we train teachers across the country on special education needs and disabilities and provided learning aids to effect practicability. May I inform that Nigeria will conduct a national population housing census next month to generate quality and disaggregated demographic data that is georeference to aid the tracking of progress on investment in education and review of follow-up action on ICPD program of action and achieving the 2030 agenda.
He notes that the prospect of increasing school-age population places demand on the country for more resources to provide quality education, especially for those in difficult situations. Onengiye Fineface, NT News.
Welcome to today, which is the 16th day of April 2023. As we are seeing, the Nigeria Population Commission is organizing a national census to determine the actual population of Nigeria. That is what they call the 2023 Nigeria Population Census. The Nigerian Population Commission has scheduled this exercise to commence on the 3rd day of May till the 5th day of May 2023. And our people have been advised, has been urged, the indigenous people of Biafra have urged all Southerners, all Igbo people, all Biafran people to participate in this population census. IPOB, the Indigenous People of Biafra, is a movement championing the restoration of the sovereign state of Biafra through a peaceful referendum. This peaceful referendum is guaranteed through the African Charter on Human and People's Rights. This referendum quest is also a guaranteed right under the United Nations Charter for the Rights of Indigenous People. This same self-determination and the peaceful referendum request by the indigenous people of Biafra is also guaranteed by the Nigerian domestic law. It is called the Enforcement and the Ratification Act, Cap A10, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004. Therefore, agitation for self-determination is a right. So, on this video, we are trying to remind our people the urgency and the importance it is that we participate in this coming population census. This is because Nigeria population has always been fabricated in order to give advantage to the north, to those who live in the north, controlled by the Fulani hegemony. Therefore, in 1921, when the British conducted a census in Nigeria, it is clear that the Igbos were the most populated in Nigeria, and that trend has continued till today. But unfortunately, the population census was manipulated in the 1950s. After the manipulation, they conducted the 1959 Nigeria general election, whereby since that general election in 1959, where the British gave the control of Nigeria to the Fulanese, that is why we have continued to suffer till today. Therefore, IPOB, the indigenous people of Biafra, having searched from the archives to see the role of the British, both in the 1959 Nigeria general election and the subsequent elections that has happened in Nigeria. For instance, the 2023 general election, which everybody have seen that it was a rigged exercise. But the British High Commissioner, Madam Catriona Liang, said that it was the most peaceful, the most credible, and the most fairest elections ever conducted in Nigeria, giving such fraudulent exercise a legitimacy. That is the reason why what is happening in Nigeria is continuing. Nigeria is a fraudulent state. Nigeria is a lawless society. Nigeria is a state that is ruled by people who do not respect the rule of law. The Nigerian judiciary has been pocketed by the executive arm of government. That is why Nigeria states do not obey court orders. Court gives pronouncement and the executive will violate it. That is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, who was discharged and acquitted on the 13th day of October 2022 by the Court of Appeal in Nigeria. Still, today, he is still being held in a solitary confinement despite court orders. So, we are asking our people to participate in the Nigeria census of 2023 in order to show the world that the lie that has been fabricated for a very long time, giving the advantage of the population to the north, thereby giving the control of Nigeria state to the Fulani, holding the north in a hostage. The importance of this population is very, very huge. Why is it huge? The Nigerian state uses the population of a given geographical location to determine the allocation of resources or sharing of resources. That is why you see, because the population was manipulated, that is the reason why the North have a veto power when you come to the parliament, or at the Senate or National Assembly, whatever you may decide to call it, because they have a quota system which was derived from the population that was allocated to them. So that is the reason why IPOB, Indigenous People of Biafra, is telling our people to participate in our communities at the population census. We have been advised never to participate outside our ancestral homeland because they have continued to use this overbloated population to marginalize, to subjugate, and to continue to enslave our people in perpetuity. So this is the message we are sending to our people, to listen to the voice of wisdom and know that the British has always manipulated the population in Nigeria. Therefore, it is our time now to be able to change that narrative. That is why the indigenous people of Biafra, they said the mass return of Biafra people or Southerners during this forthcoming population census will help quantify the population of Biafrans in Nigeria. Therefore, we must seize the opportunity that the Nigerian government is offering to our benefit. They have always told the world that we are a dot with an insignificant population. Now is the time to let the world know the population of Biafrans in Nigeria, as Biafra agitation is gathering international attention and speed. Biafra is coming and no one can stop it. IPOB is gradually dismantling all obstacles to our freedom, and this population census will provide another opportunity to collect more evidence to that effect. So, this is the message to our people. Let us get prepared to go back to our villages and communities to participate in the oncoming Nigerian census 2023. Because if you participate in Lagos, where you live, if you participate in Kano, where you live, if you participate anywhere outside your own ancestral community, that is to say, you are giving out the advantage to them, because when they are allocating resources, they will allocate the resources that should have been accruable to you. They will allocate it to the place where you are living, your state of residence. And while you are living there and they counted you in their population, they will receive the allocation on your head, and you will not enjoy it because they will tell you that you are not an indigenous of that place. So it is very simple for us to understand the mathematics that is there and be able to encourage our people to go back and participate. Some of us are ready to assist. Even myself, I'm going to do a giveaway to our people wherever you live, and you want to go home to Biafra land to participate during this Nigerian census. Inbox me, send me an inbox. I will sponsor you and give you transportation to go and come back. These are what we have to be doing as Biafrans to make sure that the status quo doesn't remain the same. This is the message to us today. This is the message to us today.
It's always been thought that violence and corruption during elections in Nigeria are homegrown problems, ones that Britain tried hard to prevent by bequeathing a system of fair and honest democracy before granting the country independence in 1960.
Look, we are not kids. We are mature people, and the country is a mature. We are giants of Africa.
But according to our document, the unpublished memoirs of a former British colonial officer, London's parting gift was, in reality, a lesson in how to rig the polls and deceive the people.
This is the story of evil committed by kind, nice, decent British politicians. They sought to keep Britain from bankruptcy and found a solution in the mineral-rich empire on the point of independence. It was necessary to bend the rules, and sadly, in due course, the rules were.
In 1956, Nigerian children sang to welcome the Queen as she toured some of their country's new democratic institutions. And in January 1960, on his way to South Africa to make his famous speech warning that a wind of change was blowing through the continent, the British Prime Minister Harold Macmillan stopped off in Lagos to give the Nigerian Parliament some pearls of wisdom from the world's longest-standing democracy.
So long as we value the freedom of speech, freedom to express our opinions, I know of.
However, what we are saying is this: the Nigerian National Population Commission is headed by selected Fulanis, and we have been putting this alert to our people because of the findings that we have made. We found out that the Fulanis, who are not naturally Nigerian, because there is no land anywhere in Nigeria called Fulani land. The Fulanis, they came to Nigeria through the conquest of Uthman Dan Fodio of 1804. So they established themselves after conquering the Hausas, and that is why they turned their name to Hausa Fulani. But as time goes, they have established themselves completely over the course of time. So now they are calling themselves Fulani without adding the Hausa Fulani anymore. Therefore, they have come to stay. So this population census for 2023 offers a very great opportunity for the Fulanis to legitimize those whom they have brought from all over Africa into Nigeria. Remember, the Bauchi state governor once said on a national television that the agenda of the Fulanis in Nigeria is to bring the Fulanis from across all over Africa into Nigeria to give them a homeland. That is the agenda of the Fulanis. That is the agenda of the APC in Nigeria. That is what is playing out today. Because what they want to do, since 2015 that they took over the power, they have succeeded in recruiting and absorbing all the terrorists into the Nigerian security forces, police, military, army, customs, all the security forces, they have been absorbed into them. Now they tried Roga, it didn't work. Now they want to use this population census to influence their population and legitimize those whom they have brought into Nigeria all this while. Remember, they built the railway line to Niger Republic. They allowed all the borders in the north to be porous to allow easy access for the Fulanese to enter. Most of them entered and obtained the PVC for the just concluded elections. And those that entered into Nigeria 2017, 2016, 2018 till today, all of them, they will be counted at the coming population census, thereby giving them national status as Nigerian citizens. These are what is happening. Remember that the Nigerian representatives at the United Nations are both Fulanese. So you will understand what is happening and what is going on. Therefore, a word is enough for a while. Thank you, and God bless as you watch this video. Try to sensitize others. Tell our people the importance and the reasons for our people to travel home to participate in the upcoming Nigeria population census. Thank you. All hail Biafra.